Last summer, I was a member of a human rights learning and action community in Rwanda. Because of Global Youth Connect, I became a part of a community that's empowering people to respect human rights worldwide.
And I think it's a very important exchanging place, like forum, you know, the cross-culture experiences, you know, you understand, huh?
Global Youth Connect provides today's youth and tomorrow's leaders the opportunity to engage in experiential learning in post-conflict countries that have a history of human rights abuses. Through hands-on workshops and volunteering, international youth delegations are invited to work together and take action for human rights and social justice. Global Youth Connect empowers young people with information and tools to make educated decisions and inform others about human rights violations. At the core of every trip is a human rights learning and action community, comprised of international and local delegates, as well as various local organizations that participants volunteer with. In August 2010, I had the opportunity to join 30 North American and Rwandan participants for 3 weeks in Rwanda for a cross-cultural youth summit hosted by the Turikumwe Human Rights Learning and Action community. Co-sponsored by Global Youth Connect and Prodo, a local NGO, our delegation was specifically investigating the role that arts can play in promoting human rights, peace, and development in Rwanda. During the first couple of days, we spent time in workshops challenging ourselves to create our own definitions of human rights, peace, and development that meant the same thing in both English and Kinyarwanda, the local language.
Hatitawe ku bwoko bwabo, ku madini, ku gitsina, ku turere.
At the core of every human rights learning and action community are field visits, trips to local NGOs, and meetings with government representatives to learn firsthand about the daily struggles surrounding issues of human rights. Our delegation had private interviews with several organizations and local officials in Kigali, the capital, where we spent most of our time. We met with many people, including the Minister of Sport and Culture, the High Commissioner on Media, and the Director of USAID in Rwanda. Through these interviews, we learned how the government and private businesses are empowering Rwandans to engage with issues of human rights through many different outlets. We also made several trips outside of the capital to surrounding areas to see how local NGOs are using the arts to spread the message of human rights across the country. Another important part of each human rights learning and action community is volunteer work. Delegates work in many different fields, ranging from youth centers to local NGOs to regional organizations. During my time in Kigali, I volunteered with RAP, Rwandans Allied for Peace and Progress. We learned how this NGO uses plays and interactive discussion to educate local communities about human rights. While volunteering, myself and the other international and Rwandan delegates had the opportunity to write our own play about malaria prevention. Little did we know we were going to be acting in the debut performance. In addition to the cooperative working and learning environment, all international delegates also have a homestay as a part of the human rights learning and action community. Having a chance to incorporate myself into the local lifestyle was one of the best experiences I had during my time in Rwanda. By sharing meals and stories and simply spending time together, international delegates have a great opportunity to learn more about the local culture. Sadly, there are very few people who haven't heard of Rwanda because of the atrocities that occurred in 1994. Although they can't change history, the Rwandese are working for the future of their country. The natural beauty of Rwanda and its 1,000 hills is stunning, and the local citizens that I got to know are some of the strongest and most beautiful people I've ever met. They are truly inspired and inspiring to work with. There are many ways to support the mission of Global Youth Connect, so please get involved in any way you can. Visit the website, make a donation, or join a future delegation. My experience with Global Youth Connect has and will continue to shape my personal and academic interests for years to come, and I know it could do the same for you.